Did you know that St. Luke's University Health Network, based in the Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, has been recognized by the U.S. government as the highest performing health system in the United States for quality? You heard right. St. Luke's #1 recognition affirms our status as the top leader among the most respected healthcare providers in the nation, including Houston Methodist and the Mayo Clinic. To state it simply, if you want to receive the best care when you go to a hospital, come to St. Luke's.
Katz and Cosby, entertaining and informative
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Joining us now is Joe Concha. Joe, before we get into all the late night polls and all that other stuff, let's talk about the primaries, because tonight, lots at stake.
Well, absolutely. We have Thomas Massie in Kentucky, Kentucky 4. He's been in Congress since 2012 and has opposed President Trump at every turn. The guy who voted against I couldn't believe this when I heard about this, when he voted against Israel's Iron Dome, right? And 420 Republicans and Democrats voted for this, and only 9 voted against it. If you don't have the Iron Dome, when Hezbollah and Hamas, the Houthis, the Iranians are firing at you constantly, Israel does not exist as a country, and he voted against that. And that was like my breaking point with this guy. He also voted against the big, beautiful bill, which would have raised taxes if that didn't pass this year for people by as much as 30%. So in the end, this is not, look, I'm not saying you have to agree with President Trump on everything, but this guy never offers a solution to all his no votes. And that's why when you oppose President Trump and Trump supports the person primarying against you, ask Bill Cassidy down in Louisiana, ask those 5 state senators in Indiana who didn't want to redistrict the way Trump wanted to. You will lose. This is the MAGA party right now, not the Republican Party. This is Donald Trump's party, Rita.
And he's been on a roll of late. I mean, you look at Indiana, you brought up also, what happened there with Louisiana. I mean, he definitely has had a big impact. Now, we were talking earlier, Joe, about the UN finally sort of conceding that the worst case scenario for climate change isn't exactly accurate after how many billions of dollars, John, have they spent on this? My goodness.
I mean, look, we heard Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, 2019, said that the world has 12 years left to exist unless we spend trillions of dollars on the Green New Deal. And in 2026, things seem pretty good, right? I mean, in other words, we're not going away in 5 years at this point. This was all a ruse. This was all a gambit, all a grift as far as making the government pay for things that, again, you could spend trillions on climate change, but what's that going to do exactly? In the end, is the Earth warming a little bit? Yeah, probably. But, back in the 80s, we heard about an ice age as well, where the Earth was going to be so cold that we couldn't have it either. So in the end, just let Mother Nature do its job, and we're not going to have to worry about this stuff. But Democrats use this all as a grift, guys.
So,
go ahead.
For many years, the Democrats and some of the people said, the CO2 is rising. But this planet Earth is a self-governing planet. Our Creator created it self-governing. And you know the real reason, and nobody talks about it, that the CO2 is going up? Because if you go from 7 billion people to 8 billion people, you need more plant life. So the planet Earth creates more CO2 to create more plant life.
That's a perfect analysis, Kat.
It's the truth.
That's totally true. Yeah, exactly. It's not about cars. It's not about pollution, all those things.
It's self-regulating.
It's all about the fact that it's a population thing. Yeah, exactly. When you have 1 million more people, or billion in this case, that's what's going to happen, guys.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, all we can do is right now, our SMRs and small modular reactors, nuclear reactors are going to substitute for oil over the next, I would say, 10 to 20 years. But it's not going to happen tomorrow morning. And oil is never going to go away. And oil is infinite. The planet Earth makes oil.
And as is coal as well, right?
Yes.
So that's just the way it works. And we have to live in a reality-based system. But Democrats, again, this is all about playing on people's fears, right? Saying that, all right, the world's going to end. And you can't AOC literally says that she doesn't want to bring kids into the world because she fears that in 10 years or 5 years in this case, that they will not be able to live here because it's that bad, because it will be that hot. And as we see, as you know, today is an exception. That's not the case. It's just not the case. It's where we are at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, Joe, you're going to be on at 9 o'clock, and Rita's going to be on at 10 o'clock. By 9 or 10 o'clock, we're going to know the results of what's going on in those six states in the primaries.
Yeah, and we have Governor Pataki with us. Final thoughts from you, Governor Pataki.
Hey, Gov.
Hey, Joe, thanks for all you do. Just, I just agree with you completely on Massey. It's one thing to disagree with the president on one or two things, but to oppose everything he tries to do and the House Republicans try to do, like the one big, beautiful bill, that's just a bridge too far, and I hope the president wins this one.
Oh, yeah. No, you're so right about that, Governor. And that's the thing, right? He ousted Kevin McCarthy as House Speaker, and then didn't have any solution in terms of who should replace him.
Yeah, by the way, you're right. He played a big role in that. You're right, Joe. That's right. He was one of the folks. Yep, big role in blocking McCarthy.
Too, Rita.
Yep.
Right. So, but who do you want to replace him with? How about you? Oh no, I don't know. There's no B to the A, right? In other words,
no, it's just block.
I don't have that next part of the equation. Yeah, exactly. So, thank you, Governor. Thank you, Rita.
Joe Concha, I'll be listening to you at 9 o'clock. And what do we all stand for?
Truth, justice, and the American way.
Get ready, Staten Island. It's time to celebrate 5 years of Very Hawks baseball.
Tuesday, May 19th at 10:30 a.m., it's morning baseball. Wednesday, May 20th at 6:30 p.m., have a pawsome time at Bark in the Park. Thursday, May 21st at 6:30, it's Pride Night with $5 Bud or Bud Light draft beer. Individual game tickets start at just $12.
Visit ferryhawks.com now to lock in your seats.